The human mind, a vast and uncharted territory, often grapples with the unimaginable, particularly in the face of extreme duress. It's a realm where reality can fracture, where perception warps, and where the boundaries of what we understand as real begin to blur. Perhaps the most chilling manifestation of this phenomenon is the third man factor, the unsettling experience where individuals, often in perilous situations, report the presence of a comforting, invisible entity, a silent companion, a spectral guardian, an inexplicable presence offering solace in the darkest of hours. But what happens when this mysterious, almost supernatural influence intertwines with the very real and often brutal world of crime? What if the shadows lurking in the periphery of human experience become intertwined with the shadows of human actions? First, let's journey into the murky world of the walking tall sheriff, Buford Pusser. Born in 1937 in Adamsville, Tennessee, Pusser was a man of immense physical presence and unwavering determination. His imposing stature and relentless drive quickly established him as a force to be reckoned with. He became a high school football star and followed with military service before returning to Tennessee, where his life took a dramatic turn. Adamsville, a small rural community, provided the backdrop for his formative years, a place where hard work and strong convictions were deeply ingrained values. In the 1960s, McNairy County, Tennessee, was a hotbed of illegal activities. This sprawling, largely agricultural region, with its quiet country roads and hidden stills, was fertile ground for a burgeoning criminal element. Pusser, disgusted by the rampant corruption, the moonshining, the gambling, and the flagrant disregard for law and order, decided to do something about it. He ran for sheriff in 1964, driven by a profound sense of justice and a desire to clean up his community. He was elected, and immediately began a crusade against the criminal underworld that gripped his county. His methods, often as brutal as the criminals he pursued, gained him a reputation that was both feared and respected. The county seat, Selmer, a modest town, became the epicenter of his war on crime. His personal life was interwoven with his public life, and his marriage to Pauline Mullins was a cornerstone of his existence. Pauline was a supportive wife, a constant presence, and a source of strength for Pusser. They had 2 children, and their family, at least on the surface, represented the quintessential image of American small-town life. Pauline, known for her quiet strength, often found herself supporting her husband's dangerous endeavors, a constant worry etched on her face. But tragedy was lurking just around the corner, a darkness that would engulf their lives. The timeline leading to the pivotal events of August 12, 1967, paints a picture of mounting tension and escalating conflict. Pusser's unrelenting pursuit of criminals made him a target. He received numerous threats, and the environment was steeped in fear and anticipation. The criminals were known for their violence, often operating with a ruthlessness born from the isolation of their illicit operations, and Pusser knew that his life was always in danger. This wasn't just about enforcing laws. It was a deeply personal battle for the soul of McNairy County. The night of August 12, 1967, was a turning point, forever etching its name into the narrative of Pusser's life and legacy. Driving home with his wife, Pauline, their vehicle was ambushed. Gunfire erupted, shattering the tranquility of the night. The desolate stretch of Highway 64 became the scene of a brutal attack. Pauline was killed instantly. Pusser, miraculously, survived, despite being severely injured. His face was horribly disfigured by the attack, a visceral testament to the violence he faced. The details of that night are shrouded in mystery and controversy, the silence of the rural night holding its secrets close. In the immediate aftermath of the shooting, Pusser himself became the focus of intense public and media attention. The image of the grief-stricken sheriff, his face mutilated, fueled both outrage and admiration. He vowed to bring his wife's killers to justice, and his pursuit became a personal vendetta, a relentless crusade. The wounds on his face were a constant reminder of the loss and the burning need for retribution. To this day, the precise details of the attack and the identity of the perpetrators remain shrouded in uncertainty. The legacy of Buford Pusser remains complex. The hero, the victim, the man of law and order, the sheriff, the symbol of justice, the possibly guilty. The case is not formally closed, and the question hangs in the air. Did Buford Pusser kill his wife? And if so, who was the mysterious third man watching him? Now, we turn our attention to a mystery that exists within the shadows of an entirely different environment. We travel to Staten Island, New York, a bustling borough of New York City, where the unsolved murder of Susan Dalton has haunted the memories of those who knew her, a wound that time has yet to heal. Her home, a quiet suburban dwelling, became the scene of a crime that shattered the peace. Susan Dalton was a vibrant, 37-year-old woman. She worked in a local library, a place of quiet learning and community connection, and she was known for her kindness and her warmth. She owned her own home and led a fulfilling and independent life, surrounded by the love of friends, family, and, most importantly, her two beloved dogs. These loyal companions, a constant source of comfort, were left bewildered by the violence that had intruded upon their home. The timeline of Susan's disappearance, then discovery, is a stark reminder of how quickly life can be extinguished. On December 2nd, 1996, after a quiet evening at home, Susan was murdered. The details, revealed in fragments, paint a picture of a life interrupted in its most mundane moments. When police entered the house, they were greeted by a scene that was both mundane and unsettling, a collection of the everyday details of Susan's life. The TV was on, broadcasting a program, the hum of the television a stark contrast to the silence of death. The iron was still hot on the ironing board, suggesting a life interrupted mid-task, a sudden violent cessation of ordinary activity. Susan's beloved dogs were found unharmed, left behind in the aftermath, their mournful whimpers adding a layer of profound sadness to the already somber scene. The normalcy of the environment made the brutality of the act all the more jarring. The impact of Susan Dalton's murder extended far beyond the immediate circle of her life. The unsolved nature of the crime cast a pall of fear and unease over the community. The residents became more aware of their vulnerability. They were reminded that safety, that the sanctity of home, could be shattered with brutal efficiency, leaving behind only questions and a pervasive sense of insecurity. The once familiar streets of Staten Island suddenly felt less safe. The story of Susan Dalton, though rooted in tragedy, is not a story of finality. Her story is a reminder that the human spirit, like memory, will continue to live on, even in the absence of resolution. The case remains open, a testament to the enduring power of unanswered questions and the unwavering hope that one day, justice will prevail. The details of her last night remind us of the preciousness of every moment. The third man here seems to be the unknown assailant, the mystery in the shadows of this tragedy, the phantom presence that inflicted such devastating pain. The cases of Buford Pusser and Susan Dalton, while separated by geography, time, and circumstance, highlight the enduring mysteries and the chilling implications of the human psyche when faced with the unexpected. These cases, as with all unsolved crimes, leave a lingering ache, a testament to the lives irrevocably altered by violence and unanswered questions. They echo the ever-present fragility of human existence and the elusive nature of justice, even in the face of profound loss. Perhaps the third man factor, that haunting psychological phenomenon, offers a window into something more profound, the resilience of the human spirit, the willingness of the mind to seek solace, even in the darkest of circumstances. Or perhaps, as the shadows lengthen and the details fade, we're left to wonder if the third man is more sinister, a silent accomplice, a presence that underscores the darkest of human acts, a dark reflection of our own mortality and vulnerability. The cases of Buford Pusser and Susan Dalton are not just about crime. They are about the fragility of the human condition, the mystery that lingers, and the enduring power of unanswered questions. These cases remind us that the truth, like the shadows that dance around us, is often elusive, and that the search for answers, like the third man factor, can sometimes lead us down paths we never expected, into the deepest recesses of human motivation and the inexplicable. In the end, the ultimate mystery remains. The unknown face, the invisible presence, the third man who, perhaps, knows more than we will ever know.